Up next.
Well, the opening game of the New Year's Six Bowls takes us to Arlington, Texas for the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. That is tonight's second ever meeting between Florida and Oklahoma. First matchup since the 2009 BCS national title game. A lot of offense we're expecting. Kyle Trask, the Heisman finalist, Spencer Rattler, big-time recruit for Oklahoma, completing his first year, and Lincoln Riley, sixth straight New Year's Six Bowl appearance, tied with Clemson, Alabama, the second most in that span. We are getting you ready for the Cotton Bowl. Next.
Welcome to the Guaranteed Rate College Football Pregame.
And welcome to New Orleans, as we are just a couple days away from the college football playoff. Ohio State arriving earlier this afternoon alongside Clemson, getting ready for the All-State Sugar Bowl. Big news ahead coming your way with Clemson and the coaching staff. As we are 48 hours away from that game, we are counting down 40 minutes away from kickoff of the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, featuring the powerhouses that is Florida versus Oklahoma. Kevin Nagandi alongside Mark Sanchez and Booger McFarland. At one point, Florida was favored by 3 points. My things have changed in the desert. Oklahoma is favored by 8.5, and a big reason why is Kyle Trask coming in here, led the FBS in passing, but who's he going to throw the ball to when you look at targets? There are 4 players for Florida who decided to either opt out or dealing with COVID, of course, led by Kyle Pitts. And for Kyle Trask, it's good luck trying to figure this out under Dan Mullen in this offense as he comes out here ready to go.
I hope he brought his rosary with him. I'd say a couple of Hail Marys because, man, we're talking 3 major weapons for them. Pitts, Tony Grimes, almost 2,300 reception yards and 34 touchdowns. I mean, this is insane.
And then Jacob Copeland, who cannot play because of COVID. And Boog, you know, when you see this, that's a lot of pressure on Trask here, who comes in here, of course, setting all the records. And we talk about what he's done this season at Florida in fewer games than the previous Heisman winners in Gainesville.
Well, without a doubt, it's a lot of pressure on him. But let's look at this another way. If you're Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma, you come into the game against Florida saying, I got to take away Pitts and I got to take away Tony. Well, guess what? Those guys are gone now. So if you're Grinch, who are you taking away? And so I think if you're Dan Mullen in this Florida offense, you got to spread it around. It's an opportunity to find some new playmakers. So let's look at it as glass half full and not half empty for the Gators.
Okay, did you hear that, Gator Nation? And on the other side, Spencer Rattler. We've seen a guy turn around, you know, again, all the hype coming into this season, and then he was benched briefly in that Texas game after back-to-back turnovers. How about Oklahoma? They've won 7 straight, Mark.
And after that 1-2 start, you nailed it, Kev. Rattler has really turned his game around, and most importantly, when it matters. On third down, red zone, and in the fourth quarter, he's been a different quarterback as of late. Huge confidence boost for him against Iowa State in the Big 12 championship. He's playing a lot better. This bodes well for them moving into next season.
Well, if you talk about that Big 12 championship game, yes, this offense is great. But let's not forget, the Oklahoma defense won them that Big 12 championship game. So for all we talk about Lincoln Riley and this great offense, finally, may they have a defense in Norman.
You talk about all the outstanding quarterbacks that they've had the last few years, and the one question on the other side is, can they stop anybody?
That's right.
And this is the year where they figured out they can stop somebody. And you have Spencer Rattler there, of course. And when you look at the background of Lincoln Riley with the quarterbacks, this is his first big-time recruit in 5 years where he can mold him into what he wants to be instead of getting a transfer coming in.
You're exactly right. A lot of those other transfers, whether it's Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, all those guys played at another school their freshman year, got some of these lumps and bruises out of the way. They took their lumps as freshmen somewhere else. Then they show up a little more polished. They get to put the finishing touches on them at Oklahoma, and then they get the shine. They get the reward for everything at the end. He's got to do it from the ground up for the first time.
Well, it just shows you how good Lincoln Riley is. Think about that. I mean, NFL teams are trying to get to Norman and get him out of there, but how good is he to take different quarterbacks, pro-style, running quarterbacks? He can take anything that you give him, and he can make a great meal. One of the best coaches, not just in college football, but in football in general.
All right, well, the future is bright, of course, for Spencer Rattler and all the people watching. watching in Norman, getting ready for a game like this. We've got a big story here that's going to take place in the next 48 hours here inside the Superdome, and that is Clemson offensive coordinator Tony Elliott. He will be unavailable for the Sugar Bowl due to COVID protocol, and you're going to look to Brandon Streeter on the play calling. He's the passing game coordinator and QB coach. Been there since 2015, so he's very familiar, of course, with Trevor Lawrence as the Clemson Tigers arrive here in New Orleans, a place where they know very well. A year ago, their season came to an end on this very field behind us against LSU. Trevor Lawrence's only loss in his fantastic career on the college level. The Tigers, they are ready to go, as well as Tom Rinaldi, who caught up with Dabo on the tarmac.
Dabo, welcome to New Orleans. You arrive without your offensive coordinator, Tony Elliott. The news is coming out today. Not here due to COVID-19 protocols. What can you share with us about what's happened?
Well, he tested positive, and so, it's unfortunate that he's out. We love Tony. Good news is he's doing great. He doesn't have any symptoms or anything like that, so wish he was with us, but he'll be with us.